the end of the day, like that's pretty much all that matters, is just being a good person on and off the ice.
Let's go. And pucks and deep, right?
Yeah, and get the pucks and deep and block shots. Learn how to block shots at a young age.
Welcome back to Pucks in Deep, episode number 93 here. I'm your co-host, Connor Thellman.
And I'm your other co-host, James Murray. Connor, we got the number one Badgers on the pod this week. And now the top scorer in the league as well, Makenna Webster. It's a great pod, but what a guest here. I mean, another women's player, and now she leads the league.
Hopefully, do we just take the bump back, though? I feel kind of bad. So we recorded this pod last week.
We did.
And, you know, obviously, we haven't talked to you guys in a couple weeks. We feel terrible about it. We've had a lot of stuff happen here since the Michigan trip.
Yeah.
Hell of a time there. We'll talk about that.
We'll just say that and leave it there. Yeah.
Lots happened since. But, yeah, we have a great podcast with McKenna. She was awesome. We recorded it before the Gopher series. You know, tough go. It's a great team. Gophers are a great team.
Great team.
We should say that. They were top 5 before this.
Yep.
They're going to be moved up a little bit. But, yeah, she's had a crazy year. She's a sophomore only, leading the nation in points. And now, you know, on the number one team who hadn't lost until last weekend. So, like, they're still probably going to be number one, I would assume. I haven't checked WCHA, but they're going to be number one in ours. I mean, they took them to OT, I think lost in a shootout on Saturday. But it's one loss, 15-1.
It'll be a statement that they're number one in ours, I think, still. I think people expect them to at least go down to 2, but I still think they're right there. And
they swept Ohio State already. They've been invincible all year.
Yeah.
For those who haven't been following women's hockey, they are a wagon still. So, yeah, great podcast coming up with McKenna. Make sure you listen to that. But first, we're just going to recap these past weekend games. Obviously, we've been gone 2 weeks. What's really happened? Michigan had a tough one with Notre Dame when we were there, but then they rebounded with Niagara. And then this weekend, split with the Gophers.
Yep.
Tough one Friday night. Portillo ends up getting pulled because the Gophers just showed up. And then Saturday night, he shut them down. They go off even without Kent Johnson, who was sick. So, yeah, a good rebound for Saturday night there with Michigan. But what really stood out this weekend, James, would be the top 10 just completely getting thrown out the window.
You were talking men's hockey now. Yeah.
We're on men's hockey. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it was a hell of a week in college hockey. I think one team that really impressed me was just Western Michigan. And they only played Miami, but up. I mean, they're solid. And now they're close. They're 2 spots away, I guess, from number one in the country. And they came out. My biggest surprise this year, Western Michigan. Knew they would be good, but not this good.
Honestly, same. I mean, they had a lot of guys returning. I didn't think Ronnie Adder would come back. I thought he'd go to the show. I thought Ethan Frank could have signed a pro contract too. A lot of returners. Their coach quits on him a week before the season. Not quits, retires. You know. And they have a guy step in there, and they're a wagon. They're number 3. A lot of lost and lunatics hoping for number 1, which I love.
It's coming.
It's coming. I think the Mavericks did earn that. They get back to number 1.
And I'll say it's coming because of this too. The Mavericks play Bemidji this week. They could lose 1. Western sweeps. I think they're number 1.
Who's Western play? We'll get into picks and the matchups there too, but I think there's a lot of good close ones coming up here this weekend.
Yep.
But yeah, Western look good. Quinnipiac keeps climbing up. They're up to number 2 now in everybody's rankings, but especially
both teams a team to bet on.
So a big sweep of Michigan Tech, I will say, to get Mankato back to number 1, Quinnipiac 2, Western 3, 4. Who do we even have it for? Michigan there as well. Who else we talk about? St. Cloud, that series with North Dakota was pretty nuts. I mean, they just took it to them on Friday night, like stat night.
It was unbelievable.
Nastiest. I mean, Cronella doing the Michigan goal.
That was insane.
Like, they literally just pulled out all the tricks.
In front of a packed Herb, too. It was good for St. Cloud, good for college hockey. And I think North Dakota with a good bounce back night, though. And,
impressive to respond like that after just getting pushed in the night before to come back and, hang 5 on them. That's legit. And, so they're both good teams. I think they did what they had to do there, a split.
Yeah, that was the best series of the weekend for me to watch. I think the just most competitive 2 teams that are, have a fighting chance to go to the Frozen Four. That's for sure this year. So
for sure, I do want to shout out my guy Ben Pat. We talk about it in the interview coming up next week. So a little sneak peek. We do have the Shot Block King next week for you guys in Ben Newhouse coming on the pod. But yeah, they had a weekend for them. Northern Michigan playing UMD, down a couple guys due to COVID. Ben Pat steps in, but Northern Michigan, I mean, Saturday night, no joke, took it to them. Win an OT on Friday.
Huge.
They've won 9 of their last 10 games. Wildcats.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And they're number 16 in our rankings now. they're climbing up. They're legit. So, UMD moves back a little bit, or UMD's at 4 now. Sorry.
Yep.
But Wildcats are legit. Want to shout them out. Denver sweeping Arizona State.
They look good
at Oceanside.
And hasn't been done all year. It wasn't close.
Was not. I lost a little bit of money on that Sun Devils. Thanks for showing up. Forks up. But Denver showed up. Notre Dame split with Ohio State. We're just going to rapid fire here. Mm-hmm. Should we go into pick? I mean, UMass had a good weekend too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Lost in shootout to UMass Lowell, and then beat them the next night. Northeastern sweeps with nobody healthy.
Northeastern, yeah. I mean, they've really surprised me with how unhealthy their team's been, and they get successful. So
yeah, I mean their goalie, we should shout him out. Devin, I got to think of his last name here. Devin Levi. Currently, I'm just reading. Butchie even put it out. When Butchie knows something's going on in college hockey with how busy he is, you're like, oh shit, he's locked in. 13-4-1 this year, .955 save percentage. 6 shutouts. I mean, this is a guy playing. They're playing like 2 lines sometimes because they have so many guys out there.
Dryden on Mavs and competition.
Well, yeah, and Dryden only has to make sometimes 5 saves in a game to get a shutout.
Okay, that was for St. Thomas.
I know, but God, that's a tough shot. But I'm saying like there's 5 forwards out for them right now. Mm-hmm. That's a lot to bear down the hatches. So shout out to Northern. We got them number 9 in our rankings this week, but I think that's got Cornell. I mean, the biggest comeback of all time Clarkson had on Saturday night.
Yeah,
that was crazy to see.
Unbelievable and
cool. I mean, what a game there.
Tough. That one still stings if you're Cornell. I'm sure today was tough at practice.
Even tougher. I'm just gonna say that we should touch on Mercyhurst.
Tough goal for them.
Bentley,
we need a turnaround for Mercyhurst. Bendy, let's get it going.
I need it. Oh, I should say another. Let's just go Atlantic. Air Force sweeps Niagara or not Canisius.
Really?
Canisius, yeah. Air Force, they're back.
Did not see that
Frank.
one. I did not know they swept. Okay.
Yeah, they're back. Niagara, I think, split with Holy Cross.
Yep.
So there's that. That's some Atlantic talk for you. Bemidji, St. Thomas.
Yep.
Coveted collapse. Ferris State splits with Lake State. Good for the Dogs.
I
didn't see that. And also, Brown has shut out 2 straight opponents.
I did see that, and I said watch out for Brown. And since then, they almost beat Cornell, lost 3-2, and then now
who they shut out? So they shut out Dartmouth. Was it not Cornell? I want to say Harvard. It was a really good team. They shut it. Yeah, Harvard 2-0 shutty.
Yeah.
Who they lost to earlier in the year. So that was impressive to see. We're talking a lot of. Let's jump to the predictions here.
Yeah.
So those are the games that happened. Let's make some picks and get out of here since this is a long pod. We want you guys to listen to all of it. So we're going to Friday here.
Boston College Tuesday night.
Ooh, I mean it's a hot Brown team.
That's a hot Brown team. I'm taking Brown.
You're taking Brown. I'm gonna go BC just because they gotta win, man. They have to. Brown already has 2 straight shutties.
I think one more.
What's one more? That's true.
One more.
They are a defensive team. I'll say that. They don't really score
give it
the
to
puck.
Brown. I'm giving it to Brown. You got BC though. Fair enough.
Be a barn burner.
Let's hop to Friday night here. Where are we going?
Let's go to Friday. Canisius Niagara series. Game of the week.
They need to come back.
You're going Canisius sweep.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go split on that one. Let's jump into. I mean, this is maybe the series of the week, like we said. Mavs Bemidji.
Yeah. I think it's a split. I think the Beavers take 1 at home. They're often it's gonna be one goal games for sure, but I'll take a split. I think Beavers win Friday and Mavs destroy on Saturday.
Let's go. I'm gonna surprise you. Beef sweep.
I love it.
I'm rocking Beefs.
Huge.
I'm rocking Beefs.
I'll be watching glued to the TV this weekend.
Good team. Like literally,
I really want to go, just can't.
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
We're still ailing, like we said. How about St. Thomas, Michigan Tech? Did the Tommy sneak one out?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Tech needs to sweep.
Okay.
They need it.
Series of the week, like we mentioned before. I'm just going to say it for everyone. Northern Michigan, Lake State. It's going to Taffy Able.
Little rivalry there. I love it. I'm taking Northern sweep.
Yeah, we got to go Northern sweep. We just talked to Ben Newhouse. He's feeling good. He might even break 100 blocks this weekend.
Yeah.
Probably 20 a night. I think that's doable.
I think it's very respectable. Yeah,
easily. How about Denver UMD? This is
that's
at
a good
UMD.
One. I'm taking Denver sweep. I think UMD gets swept 2 weeks in a row, and I think it just because Denver's hot and they know if they sweep, they're at the top. They're right there.
I think it all depends on no shame on Ben Pat. It's his first game in 5 years. Series. But Ryan Fante's one of the best goalies in college hockey. If he's back, he was on COVID protocol. Wyatt Kaiser was out last weekend. Those guys are back in. I'm going dog sweep.
Fair enough.
It's going to be close. Denver's legit.
It's going to be 1 goal games, I feel like, too. But we'll see.
They need their players back. How about Omaha Western?
That's a good one. I'll take Western sweep.
And that's at Western.
I'm taking Western sweep. Tough place to play. They destroyed St. Cloud there, and I think Omaha's in for a rude awakening.
Well, Omaha split with somebody they should. Colorado College took it to them 4-0 on Saturday.
Yeah, it's 1 game, but Omaha's still a great team, and I just think Western's going for the number 1 seed right now and a lock for the NCAA tournament.
Those lunatics are crazy. Buster the Bronco, he'll be there. North Dakota's going to CC. CC coming off a big win in Omaha.
North Dakota sweep, though. They need one, and I think they're still right after the Gophers loss, and then the St. Cloud beating, I think, Nordex.
Yeah, they're going Nordex sweep, too. How about Michigan going to Ohio State?
That's a tough one. I'm going to go split here. I think Ohio State stays hot at home. Hot meaning they're splitting. They're doing their job.
Yeah,
splitting.
I want to argue.
Big Ten right now. Everyone's splitting.
I want to like get different picks, but I have to. I agree.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm going split. What about Penn State going to Wisconsin? That's actually going to be
a good one. I'm going to go split there too. I think Wisconsin gets one, and they're going split.
I'm going to go Penn sweep on that one.
Okay.
Switch it up here. How about Notre Dame is playing Michigan State at home?
Yep. I'm going to go sweep Notre Dame, and let's see if they can, get in our top 10.
I'm rooting for them because they're going to be in our DMs if they don't, but I think they split here.
Oh, that's tough.
I know.
God, Adam's going to kick your ass. All right.
He's already going to, so I might as well just sign my own obituary now. Clarkson's going to Arizona State.
Yeah, I'm going to take Clarkson there. I think that, after that comeback win, Clarkson's hot. We're getting ready to go to Clarkson, and I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
I'm going to say split.
Sweet.
Sun Devils are angry, especially after losing my money last weekend, but they got swept at home for the first time this year. I don't think it happens again. I think they defend at least one night.
Yeah.
All right. How about Princeton to Providence?
We're going Providence.
Providence sweep. Yep. Quinnipiac, Long Island. Sharks sneak one?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Quinnipiac getting the job done. They're going to be number one next week.
Alaska RPI at Alaska. Ooh, the Nanooks looking for their second win of the year.
RPI.
I'm gonna say split.
Okay.
They've actually been very competitive. I did not know they were 1-11 until I just looked at it now. Oof. But I'm gonna say split. How about Union going to Maine?
I'm gonna take Maine there.
Another team looking for their second win of the year is Maine.
Maine sweep.
Maine sweep.
Going Maine sweep. Watch it.
I'm gonna go Union sweep.
Okay. Watch it. Watch it happen.
All right. I think let's
Army RIT Saturday night.
Ooh, yeah. Let's jump into Saturday. Army RIT. Army.
I'm going RIT.
Actually, it's at RIT. Army. I know. I'm gonna stick with the boys. Yeah.
I'm going RIT.
How about let's go UMass Lowell, Vermont. Kind of hot Vermont Catamounts.
That Army RIT they play Sunday as well.
Yeah, so it's I'm gonna go split. I'm gonna go split then.
Okay, I'm going sweep RIT.
All right. I hope everybody. We do have one person who puts together our picks here. Dan Jackson. Shout out to him at home.
Yes,
Love
sir.
him. But I'm just wondering what everybody else is thinking. We're just rallying these games.
Yeah.
I think they're.
Why do they do this? No, it's a competition.
Yeah, exactly. We do keep track. I hope you guys are making your own picks at home. Let's do a couple more and get out of here, James.
Yep.
We got AIC UConn.
UConn.
They play early in the week, actually.
UConn.
Yeah, they play Thursday, then Saturday. So it's a full series.
I'll take UConn sweep.
UConn sweep. I'm gonna say split.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's go. We love AIC. They actually sent us a jersey. UConn, think about
That's
it.
True.
Let's. There's got to be one more series we got to cover here since we've basically done them all. Bowling Green, Ferris State. That's what it is. At Bowling Green.
Let's take Bowling Green sweep.
Yeah, kind of like that too.
Okay.
Bowling Green sweep.
Yep.
UMass Lowell, Vermont. We haven't picked that yet. I said we should.
No, we have not. UMass Lowell. They look good.
Sweep.
Yep, sweep.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Riverhawks. They're very upset we moved them down one spot. Like, take it easy. But yeah, they're a legit team. So there it is, folks. We just rapid fire that. Those are our picks, and you can actually do the same thing too. If your state allows it, a lot of states do. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook. You're gonna see all these lines for you on Friday and Saturday night. There, it's DraftKings Sportsbook. Use promo code THPN. Get a little bang for your buck there through our sponsor.
Yep.
Helps us cover college hockey. Highly recommend it. Isn't that right, James?
Yeah. You're just going to want to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code THPN. Bet $1 on any team to score and win $100 in free bets. If they score, you score with promo code THPN this week at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Wow. That was clean.
Thank you.
Proud of you. And now, Makenna Webster. Now we welcome on a very special guest. We have the leading scorer for the number one team in the nation, James.
Yes, number one.
Number one. That's right. We have Makenna Webster from the Wisconsin Badgers. Makenna, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're fired up here. I mean, we had Daryl Watts on.
We did have Watts, yeah.
And I think she must have given you, because you didn't have the ECH bump, but it seems like she might have passed you the bump as you're currently leading the team in points. Did that happen? Was that a mutual agreement between the two? Or what's happened? How come the torch has been passed like without us knowing?
Well, hopefully she'll probably pass soon. Obviously, Daryl Watts, one of a kind. But being her line mate, I think she helped me out a little bit, get some backdoor tap-ins, let her do the work, and I was just getting in the gritty areas in the house and tapping them in.
That's fair. The gritty areas. I mean, you're getting, these are the terms we want to hear right out of the gates.
But if she's like, if you see her like maybe going on a breakaway, you're right behind her, try to catch her outside so she doesn't get a goal. I mean, she can't have her passing you.
Yeah, just keep that lead by any means necessary. Because we know Well, didn't she say, she's like, I'm having a bad year?
Yeah, she texted me yesterday. I was like, I'm having a bad year. I was like, you're third in the country. Okay.
Yeah. Like, she's got like 27 points or something. You guys haven't lost a game. Like, yeah, tough season so far. But yeah, I mean, you guys right now are 15-0-1 on the season. Like, what has worked besides everything? Like, what, obviously, you guys have, I think, 4 losses last year, the entire season, and then win it all. This year, undefeated. How are you keeping it going the entire time?
Yeah, well, it's definitely crazy right now because I don't know, like we've had a bunch of injuries this year. So some games we're playing with 3 lines, some games we're playing with 3 lines and 1 player, like 3 lines and 2. So it's been pretty crazy. I think just we have so much energy on this team. We just keep it going and we just try to like outwork teams or like just getting on every puck we can. I think that's why we're being successful. And then we're really everyone on the team is really skilled, but I think we work really well together and like work very hard off the puck.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are like 4 lines deep. That's true. And I'm sure like in practice, it's competitive. Everyone's so good. Even in practice, you're getting that much better because everyone has that talent. Talk about just practicing with all those girls though every day. What does that mean to practice with them?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a great experience being able to like practice with the best girls in the country, and obviously practicing with Daryl, who's about to break so many records and like she already has. But it's definitely so much fun. I think every practice is a competition. I think everyone wants to win in mini games and stuff. It's like more like a game in practice. And I think obviously having Mark Johnson as our coach on off weekends, we just get skated like crazy. Last weekend, like we've never gotten bagged so hard and we only had like 10 skaters. So it's definitely tough, but
come on, coach, we got 10 again.
Well, yeah. So last week was an off week and that just means you're getting bagged the entire time?
Yeah, pretty much. And like we kept dropping players every day. Like
they're faking injuries to get out of here.
We had some sick players and it did not go well. So, yeah.
Let me guess, you were one of the ones who weren't sick or injured, though.
Yeah, I was there every day.
All of it? He's like, again. The coach, it's just me and like 5 others out here. Oh, sorry. That was my first cough.
That was, good. That was a perfect time.
That wasn't bad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. One of my questions was, like, you guys are outscoring people by a lot this year. I looked it up. So here, we're numbers guys sometimes. You're outscoring opponents 80-14 right now. Just nuts, but you only have 5 shutouts despite all that. Is it kind of like only 5?
That's still
but I'm just saying, like, is it kind of like in Chell, like when you're up by so much, you start floating a little bit, you give the other team 1 so they don't quit? You know, like, is that kind of you're just all having fun after you're up by so much? Or how does that work out?
Well, I would say after like some of like the 10th goals, I feel like some people kind of fall off a little bit. Like it happens to every team, but once we hit that 6 or 7 goals, we kind of switch up the lines, change new things and see what works, change goalies like midway through a shift. So it's definitely like tough for those goalies, but
sounds like this is a weekly occurrence.
Start playing with a different handed stick. You know, you're like, let's just go out there and say, let's kick one in. You know, you don't need a twig out there.
Funny question.
Well, like the first, because like your first 5 games, you guys were 5 or 6-0 with 4 shutouts. So like they all came right away, and they're like, you know what, guys, these teams aren't having much fun out there. And then you start letting up a couple. So I appreciate that. That makes college hockey fun for everyone. You guys are really nice.
But let's talk about before college hockey here. You played at Shattuck with, again, some of the best girls in the hockey world. I mean, talk about that experience and your time there and, what you learned there.
Yeah, so I was at Shattuck for 5 years, longer than a little most people. But it was pretty awesome. Like every girl that I played with is pretty much in college hockey right now, being very successful. And just from that level, like the competition practice, like in games and just every single day, kind of learning. It was kind of like a college experience. You go to class, you go to practice, go back to class, go to workout. And you have to like be organized and you have to like kind of grow up fast and become your own person and independent. So I think from that moment, it was like an easy transition into college, and especially hockey wise as well. I think some people struggle in the transition between high school hockey or tier 1 hockey to college just because it's a lot different. But I think for Shattuck people it's a lot easier. And I think that's why a lot of us have been successful in college today.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. I mean, you mentioned that you played there for 5 years. I mean, you're only 19 right now. So what, you were 14 or 13 when you were there?
That is young. That's a shift.
Yeah, I was thinking it's 12 or 13 I went.
Oh, 13. Yeah. Jeez. I mean, you're moving from Missouri, where you're from, St. Louis, Missouri, and I mean, like you said, that makes you mature quick. I mean,
yeah, living by yourself.
It's kind of like for guys when they go to juniors, whatever, it's 18, 19, some maybe a little younger.
Not 13.
13 years old. Girl moving across country here to play some hockey. It definitely worked out for you. It's showing right now, but yeah, I mean, that's a young age to move.
Yeah. And are you skating every day at Shattuck? Because like, I mean, it kind of revolves around hockey there. Is it like you're skating every day, every other day kind of thing?
Yeah, we skate like every single day. Like we sometimes skate like 3-4 times a day. Like it was crazy. Like we'd have skill sessions. It was
so it's like impossible to be bad there. Like,
yeah, I mean, you better like hockey. You're doing that for 5 years, just getting after it, and then Mark Johnson's like, you're bag skating. You're like, Coach, I've been doing this for 5 years.
And I got to play with Mark Johnson's brother, Pete Johnson, for 2 years. So it was an easy transition to go to brothers.
You're well versed with the Johnson brothers. That's good.
So was Wisconsin an easy choice for you then after Shattuck? Yeah. Was there any other schools on the market for you?
Yeah. Can we make other schools feel bad? Like, what was your second choice or third choice?
I don't know. I always wanted to go to Wisconsin because it was really close to home. Like it was the closest D1 school when I decided. But now obviously Lindenwood's D1, which is like 15 minutes from my house. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was like always wanted to go to Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Did you feel bad? I'm looking at the scores. You outscored Lindenwood 18-1 this year. Feel bad about that at
all? I actually really think they were a great team. Like,
come on.
But what happened?
I'm sorry.
I can't hold a coffin after that one.
Just like cut the shit.
We saw Lindenwood actually play St. Cloud State this year.
Yeah, we watched that game.
We watched them get swept by St. Cloud.
Lindenwood has like won a good amount of games against like good teams. They're just like, yeah, they're a new D1 team, but they play it hard.
Okay,
they get the puck deep.
They do.
I watched it.
Yeah,
I watched it.
That's their number one goal: get the puck deep.
Yeah, they do that well, and that's
all that matters in life.
All gas, no breaks for you guys that weekend. That was the first series I was looking at. I was like, oh my god, 18-1. Oh,
I mean,
tough.
Talk about opponents struggling though. Playing at LeBron's got to be just the ultimate home ice advantage. I mean, talk about playing there in front of your fans. It's crazy. We're still trying to make it out to a game this year to shoot a game day experience for you girls.
Mm-hmm.
But talk about playing there and what it's like.
Yeah, obviously last year with COVID, we had no fans, and then we were able to get some of our parents. We were able to get 2 tickets. So this year it's a lot different, having a full crowd, and the energy in that building's insane. I remember my first game, I didn't know what to expect, but just seeing like how many people support women's hockey just in like Wisconsin coming to games, it's unbelievable. And it's like I was like speechless my first game out. I didn't realize like what it's like to play with that many fans.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys have no fans at the Frozen Four either?
We had just our parents.
Yeah, it was
just parents. That's tough. So like you're hoping that somebody has like a really good whistle that carries basically. Like that's like the most cheering. Over there. That's brutal. So yeah, then your first game. I mean, it's sold out every game at LeBron. It looks like at least. Yeah, like that's got to be. Is there any other fan base that comes close? Like maybe Clarkson. I'm trying to think. Like
Clarkson, the Gophers.
The Gophers, maybe too. But like nobody's selling out every game. I don't think. Besides,
I think the Gophers used to sell out all the time, but now like they don't really get many fans anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely died off. I went to a game a couple weeks ago. It's definitely died off. But
it is Gopher week. Speaking of the Gophers, they don't sell out. Maybe because you guys keep beating them. What's going to happen this weekend? Last year we had Lauren Bench on the week before you guys took it to them. We think we picked sides correctly this year. We got you on the pod before you play the Gophers. How are you preparing for them? What's going down this weekend?
I think it's tough because we always had an off weekend last weekend, and then they played in the tournament in Nashville, but I think we're like ready to go. I think we've been waiting for this weekend for a while now. Because last year when we were about to play the Gophers, we all got COVID. So unfortunately, so this is our first weekend that we are like ready, like everyone's going to be there. It's been tough weeks of practices. We've been missing a lot of players, but everyone should be back by Wednesday. So I think we're just super excited. And we've been just working so hard for these games. And I think the team's way different than last year. So we just got to take it to them. We don't really know what to expect, but.
You got them. Yeah. You're getting the bump. I mean, it's the week to get the bump. Exactly. That's what we said to bench last year, but.
Yeah, that was tough. I don't think she played both games though.
Uh-huh.
We gave her the bump on the first one.
Yeah. It is what it is. Maybe you guys got some fuel. I know the Gophers got you guys in football this past weekend, so you got to make them up for that now. God. Sorry to bring that one up.
That's tough. That's a tough weekend to play them after that loss.
Yeah, you got to set the tone for the whole program.
I'm
there
still
for Wisconsin
I
sports.
placed a bet in Wisconsin. I'll say it, but didn't work out. Didn't work out for me.
As Gopher fans, we don't expect to win those. To be fair, like that's next year. I won't expect it either. The axe is going back, but yeah.
I had another transition though. I want to get back to the LeBron. We're talking about just Wisconsin hockey. I know you guys played at the Kohl Center, but it's been 3 years now when they packed the house there. Do you know about that?
Yeah, the Fill the Bowl.
Yeah, is that happening again this year?
It won't happen this year, but I think they're trying to make it happen next year. I think it was supposed to happen this year, but just with COVID just messed everything up. But
so you guys had the fan base for like, all right, we're gonna do this. It would still fill out. Like they should still do it.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a good year, just because like no one came last year, so maybe
it would be a good year. Yeah, we'll send an email. Those guys get it done. End of the season.
Set it up against Lindenwood and let's just run it.
Oh God, come on, man! They've had enough.
Well, it'll give them proper exposure.
No, I just.
All right, guys, quick break in the action. We just want to talk to you about, we're so pumped about our new sponsor at Beauty Status Hockey. That's right. We actually have new hats with them. You might have saw it. I mean, they look the cleanest in the show. We're wearing them right now.
We got the Heather Gray right here, and they always got rocking the black right
on
there.
Black with the ECH logo.
SUV,
it's clean.
Black on black.
It's the comfiest hat I've ever worn.
It is very comfortable.
I don't take it off.
Take it off. You got this right here, a little patch made for ECH.
Yeah.
You love it.
As a man who's balding, I literally need a hat, and
you're going to have a tough time. Yeah, I'm just going to say that.
Support us. Go to beautystatushockey.com. It's beautystatishky.com. Check out our hat. They have a lot of good stuff there. They got hats, sweatshirts, shirts, long sleeves, literally everything. A lot of cool Minnesota hockey, Mighty Ducks kind of stuff,
Yeah, absolutely. Like again, one more time, Beauty Status Hockey. It's beautystatishky.com. Head there, get our hat, help the boys out. Let's go.
Get it deep.
Yep.
I mean, well said. And now back to Makenna Webster.
Now we got to shoot a video at Lebanon though, so we're going to come and do that. But yeah, that's good for college hockey. And it was like packed when the last time I saw that Fill the Bowl. I mean, that was so cool.
Yeah. Well, we should talk about a change that is happening.
Yeah.
I think this season, right? The NCAA change.
Yeah, for the tournament. What's your thoughts on that?
Teams from 8 to 11. Are you excited for the bye week?
Oh God, just getting cocky in here.
Yeah, we honestly haven't heard like too much about it. Like what's the setup, how it's going to work and everything like that. So honestly, we don't really know like too much about it right now. Haven't really been thinking about it because we don't really understand how it's going to work with 11. But yeah, hopefully we'll get that bye week and it'll be nice, but we'll see.
Licking his chops right now for a bag skate. Just like, let's go.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, we're going to be flying coming up the first round that we could play. But yeah, I mean, 11 teams just kind of confuses me too. Like I saw them.
It does, but it's good just to get, like last year was it the Gophers got snubbed. I mean, there's plenty of teams that are getting snubbed that are plenty good enough to play in the tournament, and it's only going to grow the game.
Well, yeah, like everybody in the top 10 should get in, or like basically, unless
so
like
they'll play
a wild card
seed,
wins
basically
the conference playoffs. But like, yeah, it's just weird having 8s and then you move to 11, and also just like more points for you to score, be the tournament MVP. That's got to be nice. Talk about winning that, winning the tournament Frozen Four MVP with your team there last year.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a tough year. Like the whole year, we obviously played like 12 games, and then we come into the tournament, and we were playing the best teams in the country, like playing in the WCHA, playing the Gophers, Ohio State every other weekend. So it was definitely tough for us freshmen at first, like come in. And I think throughout the year, like I built more confidence. It took a while, but when we got to the tournament, they were just shutting down the first and second line. They're shutting down Daryl and everything. So it's obviously tough for them because they knew exactly like how they played, and so it allowed us like as a third line, like we're like third line grinders, we called ourselves. We just like went out there and just caused like commotion and just worked so hard. We got the pucks deep. We did well. We played D zone first. And we were just like a solid line that just worked so hard. And I think that's why we were so successful in the tournament, just because our first two lines were getting shut down. So we were just out working, and we just did everything we could to like score a goal, and not even score a goal, honestly, just get the pucks deep, get the pucks out of our zone, not let them shoot. And then that just why we were successful. And then we got pucks in, just like from the little things, pucks in the net. Yeah.
High glass chips.
Just get it out. Yeah. Anything you can do.
Let it run. That's what it's all about. But I do. So you're saying everything right now. There's one thing we got to address. According to the Wisconsin statistics of your website right now, it says you only have 2 blocks on this whole season. Is that accurate? Who do I have to talk to about that?
Too accurate. Like that hurts. Like it's bad.
What can we do to change that? I mean, it's Gopher week.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change like my whole game up this weekend. Like I try, like I get yelled at all the time, but like I tell my line mates, like I try to get in front of those shots, but it just doesn't happen for me. But my second block shot, it was a big deal. It was last weekend against St. Thomas, or 2 weekends ago. Yeah, so that was my big block shot. I didn't really get in the way; it more hit me, but it still counted on the score sheet.
Okay, it's there. Yeah, I see that one, but like we need it when it counts. I mean, St. Thomas, another new program, kind of like Lindenwood.
Yeah,
some claps in the background here, but it's Minnesota. We need it against Colgate. We need it against Quinnipiac. Northeastern, the big teams here. I want to see at least one block this weekend. Can we get there?
Yeah, the old college try is not going to work anymore, Mac.
Yeah, let's go for a week.
Let's go for a week.
Yeah, go for a week. I got to really work on those.
Okay. No, we're just giving you crap.
All right, but I'm not. Like
you're mentioning other teams here. You guys are 99% chance you're going to the tournament. What other team are you? I don't want to say scared to play, but do you think will give you the best challenge on the ice right now?
Obviously, like as of right now, obviously Ohio State is our biggest challenge. But moving more to the East Coast, we haven't really played many East Coast teams in a while. But looking at like the stats and everything like that, I think Colgate or maybe Quinnipiac will be some big games, and even Yale's really moving up.
Crazy. They're 7th.
Yeah, they're having a year. We can get Yale on.
They're the Bulldogs, baby. They're scary. What about I had a transition in there. I'm so close.
I thought you were gonna bring up Colgate.
Well, we could talk about Colgate. They did just win the Nashville tournament, I think. Yeah, because they beat the Gophers, and then I don't know who they beat after that. Yeah, is Colgate legit this year? So we have kind of a gripe with them for no reason.
For no reason.
Just we set the rankings last year and didn't see that they swept somebody, so we left them out, and then they've hated us ever since. Yeah. So are they legit? Is what we're asking.
I honestly don't know. All I know really about them is one of our players transferred to them, and they're doing well. But I just heard that like when they're just playing like lower end teams, they just keep playing their first line and just killing them like 20-0.
Just running it up. Yeah. Shameless.
That's no fun.
Yeah, get the third line grinders in there, pucks deep. Like let them work, and that's how you get people better too. But that's kind of funny because I have noticed they have ransom scores this year too.
Yeah, like making themselves feel good. They get it.
Well. Yeah, when they win, it's like 8-1. When they lose, it's close.
Let's bring up field hockey though. I know when I first met you, talked about field hockey a little bit. That was also an option. We're huge field hockey fans. We almost went to the NCAA tournament last week in Michigan when we were there.
Big Northwestern fans.
We stayed with Harvard. It was Harvard and Northwestern. We stayed with both teams.
Yeah,
at the hotel there. So we got to know some field hockey players.
Yeah.
Talk about that though, and why hockey over field hockey.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough decision, but I played like field hockey and hockey like before I went to Shattuck, but when I went to Shattuck, it was only like ice hockey there, and there was no field hockey around there, so I'd only like play tournaments like during Thanksgiving or in the summer, and then obviously I tried out for like the USA teams and made the U17 team. And then after that, I kind of just stopped playing because it was taking a lot of time. But I was thinking about maybe playing both in college, but I just decided playing ice hockey.
Yeah. That'd be a lot. So Wisconsin does have a field hockey team?
No, they don't.
Oh, but Harvard does. And a women's hockey team. That's the only teams I know that have both.
The only two? Well, Michigan has to.
But they don't have a women's hockey team.
They don't have a women's field hockey team, but
no.
they hosted the
other. They don't have a women's hockey team.
Yeah.
They should. Do you think Michigan should get a women's hockey team?
What'd you say?
Do you think Michigan should get a women's hockey team?
I think so. I think that they'd have so many fans. And like Michigan's a pretty good women's like youth hockey state. Like they have a lot of girls who come out of Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that'd be good. I mean, Michigan's rich for just hockey in general. I think that's a must. They got the money. I mean, they only have like 110,000 fans going to their football games. You can't tell me they don't have enough money to fund a hockey team.
Well, the children of Yost are psycho. They're there no matter what. Like they'll show up. So like I don't see why.
We had the most fun in Michigan 2 weeks ago. They need to get a team as well. Some other teams. What other teams do you think are close to adding a women's program?
For field hockey and ice hockey?
Just ice hockey.
You're still thinking field hockey?
She's stuck up.
I love it. Yeah.
We brought up.
Can you repeat the question?
What other program? What other schools do you think are close to adding a women's hockey program?
Oh, like close to getting a women's program?
Yeah. So Michigan's one. Who else?
I think Notre Dame should get one, and then Denver, because obviously that's where my brother plays. I think that'd be pretty cool. And I think obviously Denver doesn't have a football team, so that'd be tough. But I think Denver, like Notre Dame, I think like UCLA, like some California teams, like I think some of them should get some women's team.
Yeah, I agree. UCLA should definitely get a men's and women's Division I program. There's no way any kids say no to that school.
Like Texas, man. Like
even
there's so much funding everywhere. Go with the Stars.
Like why not? Hockey's growing everywhere. Eventually, hopefully, one day while we're alive, that happens.
Yeah, we'll spread it out.
We'll get a deeper. We're moving our headquarters to Cali. We're just chilling right.
Say less. But you did mention your brother plays for Denver.
Yeah.
Let's say, like, hypothetically, well, first of all, he's got to be kind of mad that
he's got to be pissed
that you made it to Pucks and Deep before him. So shouts, clap it up. You're here. You made it.
Expect a DM from him today. It's coming.
He'll be in there. But yeah, let's say he faces the Wisconsin Badgers men's team. Who are you cheering for?
100% Denver.
Denver. Oh, wow, running.
Ashley's wearing a Wisconsin sweater right now.
That's tough. Even like he's not even on the ice. His shift's done. You're like, all right, let's hope Denver scores here.
I don't know.
All right. Shout out to Denver then. Maybe they'll get the side bump this week.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
We'll see. No, we got to get him on the pod as well. But have you been able to watch a lot of his games or no? I mean, you kind of play at the same time. Kind of he's later, but.
Yeah, I watch a few of their games. Obviously, like they've lost a few games, but they are like one of the youngest teams. Like BC and them, like the youngest teams, and that's definitely tough for you guys. But I hope like they hit the top 10 soon, but that's true. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's a huge deal.
I mean, look at the comments. People get fired up.
They do get fired up. If we get one team wrong, God, do we hear it? And whether it's in the DMs or the comments, it's just getting blown up.
Oh, for sure. They get after it.
We talk about men's hockey quick, though. You guys share, I'd say share a facility with the men's team, right? I mean, your locker rooms are pretty close to each other. The tunnels are right there. Do you guys work out a lot with them or do any training with them at all?
No, we don't really interact with them like too well. Just like saying hi in the hallway, but they usually just skate on the Cole Center when it's up, but they'll skate on the bottom when it's not. But we don't really see them too much. We don't really cross paths at all.
Gotcha. I was curious. I mean, the locker rooms are so close, so just like maybe. But no, they're doing all right this year. They've had some big wins.
Some big wins. They could use a bump. So I was going to say, I think you're stealing all the goals from our guy, number 8, Max Johnson, this year.
It's a good number to wear at Wisconsin,
If you could help him out, just, give him the side bump. We would appreciate it.
He stopped in the studio this past summer. Good guy.
Good guy. We love Max, and obviously number 8 is just a coveted number there. So
yeah, it is. It is.
Whatever you can do to help him, we'd appreciate.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to follow after Cole.
Yeah, no, he knows.
Who?
He was kind of good. Yeah, I mean, they're having a decent season, like for sure. They'll be around.
They'll be around.
What about, we do have to, so we ask every women on that we've had, every woman. Why'd I go plural there?
I don't know, man.
Every woman that we have on that plays hockey, should there be fighting and or checking in women's hockey? Where do you stand on that? Can we get it?
I don't really know about like fighting. I haven't really thought about that, but checking, I think checking would be a good thing. Not for me personally, because I'm so small, but for women's hockey in general, because I think for checking it, keep your head up, and I think it'll help grow the women's game. And I think it'll help women become more, have more vision on the ice. And I think that's one thing that we struggle with, why our game is struggling, is because we don't have as much vision as guys hockey. And I think because we have our head down a lot, because we're not expecting getting checked or anything like that. So I think if we do add it, I think it'll help women's hockey, because everyone has their head up and know where each other are. And I think at the end of the day, it'll speed up our process, like learning process. And I think will allow women's hockey to be more successful.
Yeah,
that was a very educated answer.
That might be the clip right there.
That was good. Yeah. No, I think you're exactly right. And heck, I mean, it might even weird as it sounds, it might cause less injuries because people's heads are up.
Yeah. Keep your head on a swivel. Like, you're not just going to skate head down through the neutral zone when you know somebody's, ready to light you up, pretty much. I want to see
let's say checking's allowed right now. Who are you most scared to go up against in practice? Like, who would be the best checker on the Badgers?
Gosh, I gotta think about this. I don't know. We got some big defensemen. I would have to say, I don't know. This is a tough answer, but actually, I would say our freshman, Sarah Wozniewicz, number 23. She would absolutely wreck me. Like,
just throwing
lay the
body.
Hip check or just full on,
I think it's like a full on. Well, she's so tall. Like, I mean, I think like her elbows would miss my head, like, because I'm so short. But
yeah, I mean,
that's interesting though. I think it would help grow the game as well. And like you said, it would allow women to see just the ice more with their head up, and you'll see more of the more plays like we see in the men's game
for sure.
But I think that's one addition. Obviously they're taking the right step and adding in now 3 more teams to the tournament. Maybe checking's involved. Is there anything else on your mind that you can think that would add to the women's game, whether it's at the collegiate level or the pro level, that can help grow the game?
I would honestly just like getting more exposure. I think it's tough right now because the game's just way different than the guys, but I think it's definitely getting better like every day. And I think the Olympians now have done and like the pros that have played have done a great job growing the game. And I think every year just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And I think just like showing people like what we can do too. Because like as of right now, like everyone just thinks, oh, like girls hockey is like so bad. And when you like practice with guys and you do something cool, they like freak out. But it's like something that like in practice, like we just do all the time kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, they just don't expect, what you guys can actually do out there. Like,
they're good
get in front of the world.
These girls are good. I remember the first time I practiced with the Bemidji girls, like they're good and they're skilled. Yeah. Like they know what they're doing. Like you say, doing practice every day. I don't know. I think if you add hitting to the women's game, you're still going to see these moves pulled off. And that's going to impress more people. I think that would grow the game. That's my personal
and probably
opinion,
more too. Like get some loose puck teeth going in there. So hits are hard to complete sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Stepping up, get them moving.
I don't know. That's my opinion. But I think nationally, like just being recognized on whether it's NHL Network or ESPN, whatever it is, getting out there. I think what was it last year that they put the Frozen Four on ESPN Plus? Was that an issue last year?
Yeah, well, the tournament was on ESPN Plus to start. I think
they need to put everything on the main ESPN channel. That's how you grow the game. Don't put on the Plus bullshit. Like you gotta put it on there so people actually see and want to watch.
Yeah, that's true. Don't hide behind a paywall kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
What about like the 2 professional leagues right now? What's your take on that? Like, do you think they should be combined into one, or what? What do you think?
Yeah, I think they just need to be combined in one and just focus on one of them. Spend all the money on one. I think it's so tough right now with having 2. I just think it's a bad idea, everything, and just it's getting no exposure or anything like that. They just need to do one pro league and then use all their money on that and use all the girls, because obviously there's not many girls that are playing right now. So I don't know, they just got to change that all up. And obviously the NHL doesn't have enough money to support women's hockey alone. So yeah, it's tough. It's a tough discussion to talk about because there's just not enough money, and because we don't have many fans or anything, we don't make any money. So it's a tough discussion. And like at the end of the day, it's just, it can go like either way. It's hard, just with no money and no exposure. And we don't, like help the like industry, like making money or revenue. So it's tough.
Right. Well, and like when you have two leagues, you're splitting, your total viewership basically, and obviously less teams in each league. So like if you combined them, maybe get up to, like, I don't know, 16 teams or something like that would be legit.
Yeah.
Everybody fighting for the title and help grow exposure, like more rivalries build that way. But yeah, it is just kind of weird because you see just two totally different kind of, like, there's older players in one league and then a bunch of new prospects going into the NWHL. Yeah. So it's just kind of, I don't know. They definitely need to switch it up.
Very confusing. Yeah. I will say it's very confusing. I'm going to my first Whitecaps game in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to experience that. But like,
without me?
Well, you can come.
Thanks
but,
yeah, I'm in.
But like, I just think like, I don't know. There's no possible way for it to grow if there's two separate. Like, it's hard enough to learn. Like, you got to learn players' names, team names. Like, they're all fairly new still too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know.
Imagine if there's two NHLs. Like, I couldn't. I've hard enough keeping up with
like anything. The KHL is just like, I don't know nothing about the KHL.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's tough enough to do college hockey in the NHL, but yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't tell you one team. I couldn't even tell you what like both leagues are called. Like, I don't know anything.
Yeah,
you're just there. We go. I only know the NWHL. I forget what the other one is. It's start with a Q.
P.
Yeah.
PW.
I was gonna say, are you gonna say anything else, or is it just P?
No, just P.
Okay, so we're gonna jump into a speed round. Just a lot of questions. Quick question, quick answer, and we have some sound effects afterwards. So it's an intense space here. You ready for it?
Yeah.
She looks ready. Okay.
She said, "Get me out of here."
All right. Shout out of the cannon. Over under 10 blocks this season. The rest of the way.
Under.
Honest. I like the honest answer. I'll be honest. Okay. Why cage over bubble?
Because it gets really foggy.
But like style.
Yeah, style though.
Insta.
I think the cage dye is better.
What's that?
The cage dye is way better than the bubble.
Oh, God.
Wow. That's aggressive with it. Okay. All right. For Photoshop purposes, I'd like to argue, but okay. We'll move on. Who's faster, you or Daryl?
I don't know. We play differently.
That doesn't answer my question, though. Like, who's got better edge work,
I feel like I'm faster just because speed is, like, my number one part of my game. But she's fast, too. But, like, she's more of a skilled. I'm more of the grinder, pucks deep kind of girl. She's more of that, like, dangle and snipe,
So you're saying Daryl doesn't get pucks deep? Wow, that's divisive. It's a divisive answer right there.
No, Daryl gets pucks deep.
There we go. Okay. Who's got the best style on the team then? Let's make some friends. Who's got the best
on
style?
The ice?
Coming to the game.
Coming to the game.
Yeah.
Oh, coming to the game, I would say. I would say Brett Pettit definitely is up there, or Nicole Lamatia. I think they have really good style. They're always like looking good, getting ready to go to the rink. Like Lama's pregame thoughts is like look good, play good. So it's a big one for her.
They're ready to rock every time. Okay, shout out to them. What about who's the best TikToker on the team?
Ooh, I would have to say like I would say I'm like one of the best TikTokers on the team. I would say 100%, but also Casey O'Brien, my roommate, she's starting to become famous too. So we're gonna make a joint account soon, and it's gonna be pretty crazy. We're gonna get really famous.
Oh God, we'll blow it up.
We'll blow it up. Yeah, we'll post it for you. Get the first one on the road.
We got you.
What about who do we have on? Weiss asking about the Insta game's one of the biggest parts of playing college hockey.
Probably the biggest.
What's your best post on Instagram?
The best post?
I like she got the USA one with the gold. I mean, that's nasty.
Yeah, that one, winning the national championship. I think that was a good post. Like everyone really liked that one. But yeah, definitely like winning a tournament. Those posts get a lot of love.
Yeah, is there no better feeling than just having a good Insta post ready to go?
Yeah, I need to like switch it up. I got a lot of hockey posts, but like those are the ones, you know.
You're pretty balanced. You're pretty balanced. I mean, we went to Jake Weiss. I guess some players are just hockey. Like that's it.
Yeah.
You mix it up.
Yeah, I do. I need to mix it up a little bit more.
I need to mix it up. I mean, you threw field hockey in there. I see. Like,
yeah, I do. Yeah,
gets it deep, man. She gets it deep.
The field hockey.
Do you ever like score a goal? Like, damn, I hope someone got a good picture of that.
Sometimes, yeah. I don't really selly though. I'm not a big like sellier.
Unless it's the natty we see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That was like my only selly, really.
So you're never like getting down on a knee, you know, do the bow, nothing?
No, I've never done that. Maybe this year. Yeah, maybe if I block a shot, I may have to drop a knee because it's gonna be like a big deal.
Let's go. Yeah, I'll we'll have to DM. Who is it? Just CW Photo. They gotta be at the game this weekend. Yeah, photographer. We'll be like, all right, you see her get down for a block. You get the camera ready. She might just break out a celly for no effing reason, and we'll get it on camera. So just be ready for that. What's the favorite goal that you've scored so far in college hockey? Or it could be USA, Team USA, either one.
Or field hockey.
All three.
I would say the national championship game, the first goal was like unbelievable to score in that circumstance
That's gotta be a good feeling.
That was a biggie.
Good answer.
Yeah. Good answer. What's your go-to pump-up song?
Ooh. She's bringing up Biebs. I know it's Biebs.
Is it?
I don't know. What's your guess?
I was probably gonna say Bieber.
Yeah, okay. We're going Biebs. Are we right?
Okay, so me and my line mate, Casey O'Brien, mentioned her a lot, but we have to listen to Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo before we go to the rink.
Oh God. Okay. That kind of
I
gets
didn't
you
see
going.
that coming.
Yeah. That's a different one. Should that be the play out song of this podcast?
Yes.
We definitely haven't had Olivia Rodrigo.
No, I can confirm. That is not.
That's a decent song though.
Yeah.
My girlfriend loves that whole album. So
good for you.
We'll run it.
Yeah,
we'll run it. Good for you. Fuck off. Do we have any more? Oh yeah. Why number 8 coming to? Was it just like, were you trying to be Cole Caulfield or were you trying to be Max Johnson?
Oh, that's a tough answer. But I've only been number 8 like my whole entire life. Like from my first team. But obviously like the USA tournaments, we don't get to pick our numbers, but I was 8 at Shattuck, like on the Lady Blues, like forever. So yeah, I've just kept it. And I was lucky enough to be able to like wear it last year and this year.
It's a good number.
So you demanded it basically. You said, I'm taking this.
Yeah, I'm not coming if I don't get number 8.
It's number 8 or I'm going to Lindenwood. They're like, hold on. Get back here. All right. Well, you survived speed round.
Yeah, you did. Let's head up Endorphin question of the week. You doing it?
You can do it. You seem excited.
Well, I did it. Here's our Endorphin question of the week, though. Use promo code ECH or Pucks and Deep to get 10% off at endorphin.com. Get all the protein. I'll send some protein to you. You don't need it, though, do you? You want some protein? Want some Endorphin? Yeah, you're Endorphin.
Well, she's going to need it after she blocks at least 2 shots.
That's true. That's true. But anyways, our Endorphin question of the week is, what advice would you give to the younger generation of girls trying to, aspire to be college hockey players, pro hockey players?
Yeah, I would pretty much just say like, obviously women's hockey doesn't get as much like praise as men's hockey, but I just keep working like every day, like even working in and out, just being, just have fun at the same time. I think if you focus too much on just hockey your whole life, you're going to get burned out in college. So I think just having a good balance of hockey, hanging out with your friends, just having fun, will allow you to be more successful in college and just do everything you can to be like the best player in person. Because at the end of the day, like that's pretty much all that matters is just being a good person on and off the ice.
Let's go. And pucks and deep, right?
Yeah, and get the pucks and deep and block shots. Learn how to block shots at a young age.
Exactly. That's what you want. Because now, like now you have to learn how to do it this late in your playing career. It's tough. Yeah. a lot easier said than done. So that's great advice. Shout out to Endorphin. Again, go to endorphin.com, promo code ECH. And after you block 2 shots versus the Gophers, you're going to want to get one of these. So, see how it pays off for you. But I think that's all we got besides the bump.
Sorry for taking you an hour of your time this morning out of nowhere, too. I appreciate you.
We're not really sorry, but thank you for coming on.